You're listening to the Intuitive Souls podcast. I am your host, Erica Russo, and this podcast is designed to educate, inspire, and enlighten. Let's wake up together. Hey guys, and welcome to the Intuitive Souls podcast. If this is your first time listening, welcome. I am glad the universe led you here. I am Erica Russo, and I am a spiritual life and business coach. And this podcast is all about spirituality and learning to embrace your soul and your connection to spirit and all that great stuff. We talk about everything under the spirituality umbrella. I've had some amazing guests. I've had psychic mediums, Reiki healers, intuitive sound healers, you name it. I have had them on, and it has been such a privilege bringing all of these amazing people to you. So today is actually going to be a solo show, and I'm just going to kind of wing it today, guys. I do have a topic in mind, and we're definitely going to talk about it, but first, I want to talk to you guys about what's going on with me and what I am looking forward to. So I have decided after it's been 3 years of being an Abrahamster, and I'm telling you, like, every day I get ready and I'm putting my makeup on, I have Abraham Hicks in the background, allowing my subconscious to just take in all this information. I have been following Abraham Hicks. If you don't know who Abraham Hicks is, this is a channeled entity, I want to say, channeled energy. It is really a teacher of the law of attraction and just the laws of the universe. And it is channeled by Esther Hicks, and she has been doing this for, I have to say at least 20 years. She has been interviewed on Oprah. She has a ton of books out, and she has her own oracle cards. I mean, she's absolutely amazing. And, so is Abraham, obviously. But I finally just kind of bought the bullet. Sorry, I am so tongue twisted right now, but I am going to a 4-hour Abraham Hicks workshop about an hour away from my home tomorrow, and I'm so freaking pumped, you guys. And I cannot wait to talk about everything that I learned from it next week on Friday's episode. So you better bet your ass that I am bringing all of my pens, all of my crystals, so I can focus on what the teachings are, so I can bring you guys some really great value next week. So I'm super pumped about that. And today I want to talk about feminine energy. So in the coaching world, in basically the whole entrepreneurial world, feminine versus masculine energy is a big deal. And it wasn't until I learned to embrace my feminine energy that I really saw dramatic improvements in my life and in my business. And I am telling you guys today that there's 3 things that helped me really, truly just take a step back from my masculine energy, which a lot of us have a problem with, and start tuning into my feminine nature and allowing it to not only come into my personal life, but allow it to have an impact on my business. So, like I said, there is a difference. We all hear about the masculine and the feminine, and the masculine is very masculine. It is assertive. It is work, 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 hustle, hustle, hustle. It's intelligent. It's very strategic. So when we're opening up a business, when we're trying to, set up our websites, when we're trying to set up courses, we are so hardcore in the masculine energy. And it's so important for us to realize when we are in that masculine energy, because the masculine energy is not a receiving energy, believe it or not. You don't receive when you are full blown in the masculine energy. The receiving of the abundance and the manifesting comes when you are in the feminine flow, when you are in the feminine energy. So I want to talk about that. And I want to talk about basically my journey into my feminine flow and the tools that I have used that, like I said, have really, really helped me embrace my feminine nature. So, like I said, guys, some of this stuff is going to be a little, explicit, I want to say, but just listen with an open mind. Write stuff down if this is something that interests you, and then maybe just bring it into your everyday life and see if there is a difference for you. Okay, there's 3 things I really want to talk about, and the 3 things that have helped me. So the first thing is self-care. Now, I can't tell you enough, I lived in such a scarcity mindset for so many years. It was always especially when you're a mom, I do need to point this out, that I noticed that when you are a stay-at-home mom and you're not creating an income or something like that, we have this unbearable guilt about taking care of ourselves or buying ourselves something, right? How many times have we not bought a $10 sports bra or $10 leggings or the $15 sunglasses from Marshall's because why? Because why? We have the $15, we have the $10. Why is it that we hold ourselves back from taking care of ourselves? There is a difference, and I do want to point out that I know that there is a difference between, pampering and just taking care of ourselves. Now, there was a point a couple weeks ago that, I guess I'm embarrassing myself with this story, but I don't really care because I know that it needs to get out there. There was a couple of weeks ago where all of my bras, I had 3 bras, right? And 2 out of the 3 bras were either just the wire was popping out the side or the clasps in back were broken. And there was a point where I just kind of realized, I'm trying to put my bra on and I'm like, this isn't even freaking holding up my girls, right? So I realized that I was like, why don't I just go buy myself a new bra? Why am I, allowing these metal rods to stick in me and make me feel uncomfortable? Why don't I just go and buy a bra for myself? Why do I think that I'm not worthy of it, right? And the more I thought about that, the more I thought about so many other things that I did that held me back from abundance, held me back from proving to the universe that I'm worthy of whatever I want to manifest. I was one of those, and unfortunately I still am because I still haven't gotten my haircut, but I was one of those that I legit got a haircut once a year. I legit got highlights maybe twice a year if I was feeling springy. I wasn't taking care of myself the way that I should have. I wasn't respecting my body. I wasn't respecting myself. So we have to remember that, guys. It's so important. Like I said, I know that there's a difference between pampering and going to the spa and spending, a lot of money on clothes and stuff like that. And that's good from time to time. But let's be real. If you have breasts and you're using a bra that is 3 years old, that's not even giving you the support that you need, that's a necessity. Okay? If your hair grows and it's dead ends and you're using half the container of conditioner just so you're able to comb through it because your hair is so dead and needs a trim, that's a necessity. A haircut is a necessity. And that's what I'm talking about. I'm not telling you to go and buy a Louis Vuitton bag. I'm not telling you to go on an expensive spa vacation unless you want to. I'm talking about basic human necessity. If you have breasts, you need a bra. If you have hair, you need a haircut. It's as simple as that. And it wasn't until I started really taking care of myself and just bumping up my self-care routine. Instead of going and getting my nails done every 3 to 4 months, I was like, let me go once a month, right? And the biggest aha moment for me with this was when I was at Kohl's with my 30% off coupon, buying my bras, and I came home and I tried them on, and the difference, my back felt better, guys. My clothes looked better. They actually looked like my girls were being supported. And it's when we give ourselves that self-care, that self-love, that's when things really start to happen, because we're telling the universe that we're worthy of whatever it is we're trying to manifest. We're showing the universe that we're like, hey, I'm good. I'm good. I can, I deserve self-love. I deserve whatever it is that I'm putting into the universe. And like I said, self-care all the way. That was my number one thing that really helped me embrace the feminine flow in my life. Now, the second thing that helped me really get into the feminine flow was walking away. Now, what I mean by that is, I'm sure I have a couple of other business owners, listening to this podcast. How many times, raise your hand, don't if you're driving, obviously, but how many times do you get into a project and you are just like so driven and you all of a sudden look at the clock and it's been like 5 hours and you're still hustling and you're still working and you just don't have a time limit, right? This is especially true with entrepreneurs because you are the driving force within your business. So you think that like you just have to go until 9, 10 o'clock at night. And that's a very masculine energy kind of thing, right? The go, the hustle. So what I did was I would give myself time limits. Now, say I was working on, setting up my new website. I would say, okay, I'm going to give myself 2 hours to work on this project. And I would literally put a timer on my phone or something along those lines to really snap me out of that hustle grinding mode. And that really was a big turning point for me because I realized that, I'm an Aquarius, and I will continuously say this. I live very much in my head. I have so many creative ideas, and I can just go and go and go. And it wasn't until I stopped myself that things started really shifting for me. We're in our businesses. If you are in the right business, right? If you are a spiritual entrepreneur, your business is your passion. It's your driving force. It's what makes you happy because you're shining your light and you're helping other people. So when we get into that hustle mode and we get really, hell-bent on finishing projects, or we get stressed out because something's not working our way, we need to take a step back. We need to walk away. So that's an awesome tip. I really, really think that anybody who is building a business or has an established business, give yourself time limits. Give yourself time limits. If you only want to work 8 hours that day, close your freaking laptop and walk away after 8 hours. Don't go back to it. Don't move it to the bedroom. Leave it there. That was another thing that I did was I started leaving my laptop like plugged in my office. So it was more of a hassle for me to, take it down, bring it down to my bedroom so I would work on it, until I went to bed. I said no. I just told myself no, it's staying in my office and I'm going to go and I'm going to read and that's what I'm going to do for the rest of the night. So that's my second tip for you guys. It is walk away, set timers, do what you got to do. Now, the third one is going to be a little risque, and I apologize. I don't mean to offend anybody if this is going to offend anyone, but it's very important. And I know a couple of sex coaches, and I talked to them about this because I noticed such a difference, and it is, in fact, like legit. I'm not I'm not trying to bullshit you about this. I really am not. But orgasms, right? Don't know why. I don't know why, but I kind of made it a point to make sure that I'm having orgasms weekly, right? Believe it or not, the truth is that women should be having 3 to 4 orgasms, not sex. I'm not talking about sex. I'm talking about orgasms. You know, the big O. We're supposed to be having 3 to 4 orgasms a week to maintain, to be in our most functional mind state and physical state. And I make it a point, right, to have orgasms. And I can't tell you that when you have an orgasm, when you release, that is an intense flow of feminine energy, because you are, you know, like, so you're having an orgasm. I mean, how feminine is that? So when you're having an orgasm, that energy flow is releasing all of that masculine, right? It's releasing all the masculine in which we hold. Now, we all have masculine energy and we all have feminine energy. And what I have learned is that we need to have balance of both. And if you're not releasing all that tension, all that buildup, it's going to have effects on you. It's going to have effects on your business, your personal life, your relationship. And we need to remember that. So it's really important to allow yourself to be a sexual being. It's really important to have that connection with your body and with your, lady parts, because even if you are single, even if you don't have a significant other, you need to have that sort of release. And you can work out all you want. You can, you can run 30 miles. You could do, the 5Ks. You can do whatever. You can find different ways to release that masculine energy. Yoga's good, Kundalini yoga, but there's nothing like a good orgasm, guys. Am I right? I mean, come on. So when I brought that into my life and orgasmed more, I can't tell you how much happier I am, how much easier it is for me to, walk away from the masculine projects and all of that. So be sure to love yourself. Be sure, we live in a world that, like, talking about sex, especially when you're a female, it's like so dirty and so, not important. And it really needs to be spoken about. We really need to give it the care that it deserves, because taking care of ourselves in that sensual, sexual way is taking care of ourselves in the grand scheme of things. So you guys, I really hope that you guys use these tips for your own life, for your own business, because they have helped me tremendously. And I'm going to be completely honest. I think that there's going to be some happy husbands and some happy boyfriends and some happy significant others if you do these things. All right, guys, it has been a pleasure. Again, I cannot wait for next week. I am so freaking pumped that I can't believe I manifested an Abraham Hicks workshop 45 minutes away from me. I mean, I'm so pumped for it. I can't wait to share everything that I learned, and I will see you guys next week. Bye, guys.